This program features live coverage of an African safari and may include animal kills and carcasses. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Mara Triangle in Kenya. We're sitting here with a male leopard called the shepherd tree leopard. My name is David and this is safariLIVE.
This is so exciting. We've managed to find the sausage tree pride.
Look at this last dash.
This is amazing.
Look at that incredible strength.
20 seconds.
Here come the cheetah. Unbelievable stuff. I'm just keeping my head on a swivel. You never know what's going to happen next in these situations.
Standing by.
Can you believe this?
Three, two, one. Live.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to safariLIVE. I'm sorry that we're a bit late this evening, but it was for a great cause, a series victory for the Proteas over Pakistan. That is marvellous. My name is James Hendry, and it's a great privilege to have you, our knowledgeable SAB3 audience, back on the world's largest safari vehicle. We're coming to you live, as always, from the western fringes of the Greater Kruger National Park. We've got our leopard over there, and the Maasai Mara in Kenya. Now, this is Tlalamba. She's just over a year old. She turned a year old in November, daughter to the Queen. Now, we didn't have leopards last week, but we did have lions and wild dogs and elephants.
Last week on safariLIVE. In the Western Kruger, I hunted with a pack of wild dogs in the dusk. Up north, in the magnificent Mara, Brent watched delighted and horrified as Malika taught her sons to hunt. Steve cheered the fastest wildebeest in Africa as it escaped the Owinos. David introduced us to tiny Olololo clan cubs, while Isaac found the little sausage tree cubs learning their place in the Mara wilderness.
So it was rather spectacular last week, and it's great to have the variety that Africa is offering this week. We've got 2 leopards already, and hopefully there'll be a lot more during the course of the show. Just to remind you all, Tlalamba, of course, is daughter to Queen Tundi and the great Duke of Juma Tingana, born in November last year. Please do talk to us using the hashtag safariLIVE on Twitter. You can send us your questions and your comments and your insults, as always. Can't guarantee that we'll read those out. And just remember, the reason it's colourful here and black and white in Kenya is because, of course, they are further east than we are, and that means that they are an hour in front of us. And so night has fallen there, and night is falling over here. Tlalamba is going off into a thicket. She seems to be on the hunt. She did catch a squirrel a little bit earlier. And so while we decide if she's going to hunt or go back to sleep, let's go back in time and back to the Maasai Mara to a time when Brent Leo Smith was with the Sausage Tree Pride hunting a buffalo.
So welcome to everyone. We have a pride of lions hunting 2 old buffalo bulls. These lions are really hungry. The wind's really strong. Look how close she is. She's just behind the back of a buffalo. So close, less than 5 meters now. There's going to be pandemonium shortly. They are so close to these buffalo. This is absolutely incredible. There we go. The buffalo's seen the lion, chasing the lions. Chasing the lions. The other lions are coming in from behind. There's young males. Look at this. Isn't this absolutely incredible? There's lions coming out of the grass everywhere. There's buffalo running everywhere. Look at this. They're going to jump on its back now. Look at that. Look at this. This is absolute pandemonium. There we go. He's off. Look at this pride putting pressure on these buffalo bulls.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of safariLIVE, where, thanks to the delay brought about by the cricket, we have completely lost the wild dogs we were going to show you. We had them 2 seconds ago. I promise we did. I was hoping that they might move towards this waterhole. My name's Jamie, by the way. This evening, Sebastian is bouncing on the back, trying desperately to hold on to the vehicle, while at the same time operating the camera. These dogs were last seen moving down. They were sort of moving down in this direction. I'm just going to check around here. Unfortunately, one is required to move at great speed when attempting to keep up with wild dogs, and during summer, as James discovered last week, that is sometimes quite a tricky process. So we're going to zoom along this way and then back up and around. You missed them hunting and everything. It was wonderful. I was enjoying myself. Okay, well, I continue to enjoy myself in desperate search of these wild dogs. Off you pop across, all the way halfway across the African continent, towards David and his lovely leopard.
Well, welcome back to the Mara Triangle in Kenya, and I'm sure you can see it looks pretty dark here, and you all know, being in Kenya, we are 1 hour ahead of South Africa. So it gets much darker here than it gets in South Africa. Apparently, my leopard have disappeared. And what I'm doing, I'm just trying to find out where he went. He wasn't very far from when I started the show, and leopards are always very sneaky. And the moment they go, they bend and they walk in the grass, they completely disappeared. Now, I just have to use my spotlight. And as soon as I spot him, I'm going to switch it off. And what I will do is to use infrared if I'm going to be very lucky to spot him. Well, the other day, my friend Brent Leo Smith, who is also a guide, had some wonderful moment with a pride of lions that we call the sausage tree, hunting a buffalo.
There's a huge male lion also coming in to join. That could change this battle in favor of the pride. Look at that. They're still going. They've managed to get one away. Look at this. Isn't this absolutely amazing? Now, as I said, there's a huge male lion charging in. And for the moment, the females and the young males are going to struggle to bring down this buffalo who's in good condition. But when that big adult male lion arrives, that could change everything. Now, this is really special. This is unusual in the Mara. Look at that buffalo still fighting. That lioness is going to try gnaw through to its spine to try immobilize its back. But you're going to see the massive strength of a male lion. There's a big male lion. He's about to jog in from the right. Oh, have they managed to get him down? Okay. Everyone, hold on. Hold on.
Well, isn't it absolutely amazing to watch lions on the hunt? And well, nobody gets more excited than Brent Leo Smith when they are doing those very things and being able to go after buffalo. Now, we're with one of Africa's other iconic animals, and they are having the best time at the moment. We've had a good sort of summer with decent rains, and so it's been lots and lots and lots of food for our ellies, and so they've taken advantage of walking around and trying to find as many fruits as possible, particularly the marulas that are around at the moment. Now, my name is Tristan. On camera, I've got BK at the moment, and so we're going to try and see if we can just get a better view of these ellies. They've gone up onto a very steep bank that we're not probably going to be able to get onto. I'm going to try and see if I can maybe just get around this left-hand side here, and we'll try and see if we can get a view of them on top. It's quite interesting to be lower than the elephants are. I don't think we're going to get a view of them up there. We're going to have to do a little bit of a turnaround and try and go round. So, Lady Macbeth, why are dusk and dawn good times to see animals? Well, there's a simple reason for that, is that it's much cooler. And so most of the animals out here, they obviously are covered in fur or have some sort of coat on them. And that means that they get very, very hot very quickly. And so if they move around during the hot part of the day, when it's bright sunshine, well, they're going to get very warm very, very quickly, and it's not going to be comfortable at all. And so at this time of the day, you'll get more animals coming out, and it's a crossover between both nocturnal and diurnal. And while the ellies are mostly diurnal in terms of viewing them, we are actually hanging around this area at the moment because we heard a male leopard sawing, and so hopefully we'll be able to find him shortly. So don't don't go anywhere. Hopefully when you get back, we'll have a male leopard somewhere close by.
Hello everybody, here we are with our magnificent leopardess, Tlalalamba. Now, we are of course delayed much by the great game of cricket. Many of you will not know of course what cricket is, and if you do, you'll be thoroughly confused by its rules. We've only got 67s back to live, so I'm unable to explain cricket to you in that time. It would take probably the best part of a week to explain the rules of cricket. Anyway, we beat Pakistan, which was great. David is just now levelling the camera because it wasn't level before. David, would you like to explain yourself? No, he wouldn't. I didn't think so. Anyway, you can see her spot pattern there, 5. Right, we're going live in 20 seconds. I'm going to shut up now. David, be quiet and please don't be nervous. We've got this. We've done it before. Welcome back everybody. We're still with our little leopardess and she's still on the hunt. It's just very, very special to be following a cat like this on a Sunday evening. Just before we came live to you, she killed a little, we think, squirrel or a bushveld gerbil and ate it. And so she'll still be very hungry, and I'm pretty sure she'll be looking for something else to eat. Now, she's a youngster, as I said, just over a year old, and so her menu won't be quite as well impressive as it was when she was feeding from her mother Tundi. She won't be eating duiker and impala and steenbok. She'll be onto a diet of lizards and termites and possibly the odd stinking terrapin. She'll scavenge as well, and obviously rodents and birds are also part of her little menu. Now, Tlalamba, we have been following from the day she was born.
In November 2017, Queen Tundi gave birth to a daughter, Princess Tlalamba. This unspeakably cute ball of fluff lived in a den for 8 weeks. She spent her time playing with Mum in the woodlands of Djuma. And while these games are adorable to watch, they have a purpose. The bounding, climbing and stalking help develop the skills and muscles to survive in the wild. Tlalamba remains reliant on Tundi for food, comfort and protection. And for the next little while, she will continue to watch and learn from her mother, the Queen.
Welcome back live, everybody. So that's the tremendous privilege that we have here. We're able to follow these animals here in the Western Kruger, in the Sabi Sands, very famous game reserve, from the day that they are born. Now, you've met Horsana, of course. He had his 3rd birthday yesterday, actually, and we've known him since the day he was born, too. So it's really very, very special indeed to spend this amount of time with these very special cats. Now, Tlalamba is on the hunt, and I believe that we've had a query from 17 February. I think that's your name. It's a fairly odd name, I must say. Perhaps it's your birthday. Well, 17 February. The light does not scare leopards. What we have on here is an infrared light, which is invisible to our eyes and also invisible to the leopard's eyes. So it's out of the spectrum. The wavelengths are, if I'm not mistaken, too long. Yes, the wavelengths are too long for her to pick up and too long for us to pick up. There might be the odd insect or bird that's able to see this infrared light, but she can't. So the camera's picking it up. That's the reflection that you can see. And it's digitally made black and white like this because this is the most or it's the easiest way to view and the best contrast that we can get using an infrared light. And it's the reason we don't use white light is that it can certainly disturb animals, especially if they're trying to hunt. Now, she's got such beautiful big ears, and that's a trait of her and her brother Tumba, who we haven't met, but they have enormous ears, especially when they're young. David Gathamba Githu, who's up in Kenya, as far as I remember, has fairly small ears.
Welcome back to the Mara Triangle, and it's very true, James, that the infrared is such a technology because we are able to look for the animals without inconveniencing them and without affecting their behavior. Well, unfortunately, I lost my leopard, but it's such a cool evening now, you know, talking about 28 degrees Celsius. He may show up, and even if he doesn't, there are always so many animals around this area for us to enjoy seeing them. Now, the grass is quite tall at the moment because of the rains we've been having the last month of January, and coming back towards the end of December during Christmas, we had some nice short rains here in Kenya, and this particular area is not very far from a pride of lions that I call the Owino Pride, and the drummers did not stop with my friend Brent on their hunting for the buffalo.
This is incredible. Half the battle is already won. Now it is the lions are going to basically wear down this buffalo. It is a very disturbing sound. There we go. Once it's down on the ground, the buffalo will fight to the very end. Here comes the big male. See, look at his claws. He's going around the head. He's trying to get that nose hold. Look, they're going for that nose hold. The buffalo's still standing up. Now, this is also incredibly dangerous for the lions. See, one of the lionesses has got onto the nose. The big male's going for the throat hold. Oh, see, the lioness has already been thrown off. Now, only a big male lion will be able to suffocate a buffalo by the throat hold. The other lions, the females and the young males, their jaws are not big enough. But you can see that buffalo is still fighting. There's still a chance he might escape. Now, as I said, this is not for sensitive viewers. This can take a very long time for a lion pride to bring down a buffalo. But you can see how hungry they are.
Well, absolutely amazing to watch how that battle takes place, and for both animals it's really quite a strenuous affair, and that buffaloes are putting up a valiant fight, and you'll find that their noise that they make might attract others. But one animal that doesn't really have to worry too much about lions is this elephant over here. Elephants, for the most part, particularly in this part of the world, well, they have a fairly relaxed life. The lions here hardly ever target elephants. There's a lot more a lot less animals that are dangerous, like ellies around, and so it's easier for them to go after things like impalas and buffalo and those kind of things, rather than trying to tackle herds of elephants. And so you find the ellies in this particular part of the world can roam around fairly confidently and quite relaxed about life. They don't have to stress nearly as much as maybe elephants in some of the dry parts of Botswana. But you'll find the ellies are going to move through these thickets. I was saying earlier that they are looking for marula fruits, and they'll mix that up with quite a lot of vegetation. And so they move around quite a bit in these areas, and we're going to have sort of brief views of them, and hopefully they're going to move towards an open area. There's a big clearing not too far, so I'm hoping they're going to come out there. Now, we've been seeing a lot of amazing things out here over the past few weeks, but Steve had one of the most special things that one could ever see a few months ago.
Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to all of you on this stream. Please pay attention. We have got a female buffalo that is giving birth. This is a Cape buffalo. We're not going to go away from it. My name is Steve Falconbridge, and we've got Seb Rombi on camera. This is happening. The Cape buffalo giving birth right in front of us. I've never ever seen anything quite like this before. She doesn't seem too stressed, but the herd is quite anxious. It's quite a tricky position to be in. I'm not sure how long this is supposed to take, but but you can see the hooves and the nose of that youngster as it's starting to come out. Incredible stuff, ladies and gentlemen. She can do it, she can do it. Yes, she can. Fantastic stuff. I'm speechless. I don't really know what to say.
I'm afraid we've lost our leopard. We have got a spotlight and we are sort of trying to look around, but the grass is so long and you don't want to get too close up behind them. You don't want to harm any chances they might have to hunt. And so we're kind of feeling our way through this rather thick, gorgeous green summer vegetation, hoping to spot the white tail tip of our leopardess Tlalamba. We are now lodged on a log. Oh, there we go. I think we're off now. That's good. I think what we're probably going to do is try once more through here. Shahid, you're wondering how often animals attack people. Well, Shahid, it depends entirely on where you are. In this particular area, they don't attack people very often at all. And in fact, you have to really try hard to make an animal attack you. Most animals are deeply threatened by human beings, and so any attack that does occur is when they feel so threatened that they cannot run away from us. And so although a lot of people like to say animals out here are dangerous, it's much more accurate to say they are potentially dangerous. All right, everybody, we're going away for a short break. I do hope very much that when you rejoin us, we will be back with beautiful Tlalamba.
Very good. How lucky to see a spotted hyena here. And hello, spotted hyena. How are you? Where are you going and where are you coming from? Just walking through the red oat grass of the Mara savanna majestically, and they become, more active at night. She stops, she looks, and he could be going for a hunt, who knows? See how the wind is picking up. All so far, very good. How lovely. Welcome back live, and welcome also in the Mara Triangle in Kenya. And apart from the leopard, we saw, at least now we have been able to spot something else, and we have spotted hyena. Does that make sense? We have spotted a spotted hyena. Let's have a look at him, or at her rather, before she disappears. And they normally become rather active at night. Hello, hyena. Is another classical example of a predator, like the wild dogs, lions, cheetahs, and the leopard that I had. And this is just wonderful to see her here. Well, in this particular area where I am specifically looking for a pride of lions, as I said earlier, called the sausage tree. And Brent Leo Smith finally had the sausage tree pride bring down that massive male buffalo.
Fortunately, I think the grass is hiding some of the more gruesome bits, but there we go. You can see the lioness in the middle. She is busy opening up the stomach and the young male at the back is busy eating the genitals. Now that is very normal, and the big male on the nose is still holding on, which means the buffalo is still alive. So fortunately, it's not making too much noise. As I say, sometimes these things can go on for hours, and it is quite disturbing to be there when there's a constant sort of lowing from the buffalo. But having a big male lion around has definitely aided this pride in being able to bring down this massive animal. The females would have succeeded. It would have taken a lot longer though, because they're not as strong. And that male at first tried a throat suffocation hold, but the buffalo's throat was obviously too big and too thick, so it managed to somehow maneuver and swap to a nose suffocation hold. And that is the two sort of best ways for lions to take down big buffalo like this. As those incisors have sunk through into the nose, the buffalo will actually, as I said, start drowning on its own blood, which is a very difficult way to go. One must remember this animal's probably in so much shock at the moment. You've got to have a lot of respect for the stamina of that buffalo. He fought for so long and to be able to survive. And there we go. As I said, the young male's gone through the genitalia and is now into the intestines. The big male's let go, so the buffalo is dead. So once that buffalo stops breathing, whichever lion happens to be in that position will normally let go.
Well, wasn't that amazing? And as Brent said, sometimes it goes the lion's way and sometimes it goes the buffalo way, and this time it was the lion's. Now, I was saying earlier that the ellies might come out into a bit of a more open sort of spot, and you can see some of them are kind of just walking in front of us at the moment. They're kind of crossing over an open clearing and moving sort of deeper into the thickets. Unfortunately, I was hoping they were going to stay on the open clearing for a little bit longer, but that's one of the big females that's leading her calf away, and then there'll be two sort of young elephants that are probably what you would term as sort of teenager in elephant terms. These guys are probably around sort of 10 years old. And they're still part of the pride and could be actually one of these, the offspring for this big female here. Now, Alex, how does the hierarchy work for elephants? Well, essentially what you've got is you've got a matriarchal female that will lead a herd around within a home range. And underneath her, she'll have her daughters that generally have then access to become the leaders of those herds as she then passes on. And then there will be splinters of kind of aunts and sisters and related animals that will be within the grouping. Sometimes the herd will grow very, very big, and then you'll find that they'll split out and they'll start to form a new herd. But for the most part, it's all related females. Now, the males themselves, they get kicked out of the herd when they're around sort of 12 to 15 years old. They'll get pushed out and they'll have to go off on their own as little teenagers, essentially. And from there, they'll often join up with bull elephants, which they'll learn a little bit of behavior from, and they'll learn a little bit more about how to be a big male elephant. And those big bulls will actually keep their testosterone in check until such time as that they're strong enough to actually challenge them for themselves and to be able to find females of their own. And so you'll find that they will eventually, kind of when they reach their sort of late 20s, early 30s, will start to... Now, there is the female and the little one that are just moving away from us. So that's mom and her baby. Now, it's not a small baby that she's got with her at the moment. Not as small as, well, what Steve was having with that buffalo who was busy giving birth.
There's the head starting to come out. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, the final push. There we go. The hardest part is done. Come on, ma'am. Be a good mother. Squeeze. There we go. This is so incredible, ladies and gentlemen. So incredible. Come on, mama. Everyone's cheering her. We're all cheering her. One final push and we'll see the explosion of fluids as the baby is ejected out. There we go. The eyes are open. The eyes are open, ladies and gentlemen. Here it comes. Final push. The ears are starting to twitch. Happy birthday, baby buffalo. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my word. Did you see that? And out comes the placenta. Now the female will turn around and lick the baby. She'll lick it, try and get it to stand up. It needs to stand up within minutes after birth so as to be able to follow the herd. This is a very dangerous time for a baby buffalo to be on the ground. Predators will come in. They will pick out the easiest and the quickest to catch. And that's why the buffalo are standing around very, very alert. They would be very, very aggressive towards a lion or a leopard that decided to come in here.
Very special to see a birth like that, a little miracle. And while many of you are going ooh and ah and being very appreciative at the birth, lots of you are now going to be going ugh. And that's because what we have here is a very special spider, and she hasn't even managed to finish weaving her web, and she's already caught something to eat. Now, she doesn't look like a normal bark spider to me, but I imagine that the principle behind this spider is very similar to that of the bark spider. What they do is they come out at night and they weave the web, or they set up the web like this, and then when the morning comes, they'll take it all down again, but for the top support thread, and eat up the web, and then sort of do it all again as evening falls the next day. And so that's what she's doing there. And I think in the middle of the web, if we can just have a look there, Dave. Dave is on camera. In the middle of the web, you can probably see that she's got some detritus, some old sort of rubbish from an old kill, it looks like to me, or just a messy bit of silk. And so she'll complete stringing this web together as the evening progresses. Guitarist, we don't often hear comments like this. You say you love spiders. I do too. I think they're beautiful things, unless they bite you, of course. But of course, most spiders in South Africa are completely harmless to human beings. Yeah, now she's going to start weaving again. Look at this. Now she's got spinnerets at the back of that very white abdomen. And what she'll start is, of course, spiders don't weave webs, do they? They spin their webs. So she'll spin the silk out of her little spinnerets, and she'll accurately line them up with the other strands. It's quite brilliant. She seems to be just washing her face now, perhaps putting on a bit of makeup. She doesn't want to appear dishevelled for television, of course. Some of you are probably wondering why I'm calling her a she. This is almost certainly a she. The males are very small. They often don't build webs like this. It's often just the females. Now let's see what she does. Let's see if she starts to spin again. Yes, here we go. There, she started. Oh, that's magical. It really is magical that no one ever taught the spider to do what she's doing, and she just knows. Sorry, Ravinda, I'm afraid I missed that one from you. I think you said something about them being dangerous. This spider is not dangerous unless you happen to be a fly or something like that. Oh, Ravinda, yes, there are spiders that are dangerous. The black widow is an obvious example of a spider that's dangerous. They don't make all webs like this, and they're likely to live in the crevices of your garage at home, or perhaps in a shed in the garden. All right, everybody, we'll see you again after the little break. We're just enjoying our spider here. I'm not going to go anywhere. Let's see if she'll catch something else. Hello, everybody. Isn't this amazing? She's so quickly got this thing done. It's just unbelievable. It's mesmerizing. She's done probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 layers in the last, I don't know, 3 minutes we've been watching. She was only distracted from building the whole thing very quickly because she obviously caught something early on. Hopefully one of the flies that's been irritating me. Death to the flies that have been irritating me. Do you want to try the side light, David? Yes, side light it shall be for you, David. Anything? I can lift it. How's that? Better. Yeah? Do you want to try colour? Why don't you try it? We're in ad break. That's perfect. That's beautiful. All right, we're going to go to Jamie with some hyenas.
Alrighty, so here we go. We have a hyena wandering along down Twin. Wild dogs at all, but a hyena who, hopefully, you never know, might just lead us to somewhere exciting. Welcome back on your live safari, where I am sitting with one of my absolute favorite animals in the entire world, if not my absolute favorite. Earlier on, I was searching for wild dogs, and now we found their arch enemy, the spotted hyena, because of course sometimes spotted hyenas steal from wild dogs, sometimes wild dogs attack lone hyena. It really just depends upon their numbers. Now, we're sitting here in the Greater Kruger watching this young hyena as it decides what it's going to do with its evening. Using its massive ears to listen to the sounds of the night and decide whether or not it's going to find itself a free meal or perhaps go off in search of its own kill. Oh, there's one animal that definitely wouldn't want to encounter a hyena like this, or wouldn't have wanted to, and that, of course, was Steve's buffalo.
Here we go, Mum's helping it up. Come on, there we go, little one. Oh, my word. It's very shaky. It's very shaky on its legs. Look at the umbilical cord. This is so cute. I have no words, ladies and gentlemen. I have absolutely no words. What a proud mama. What a little gorgeous baby that is. Come on, take a few more steps forward. Oh, I absolutely love my job. This is a terrible way to spend the afternoon. But you can see how the other buffalo are very interested. They know what's going on. The males are standing around in guard. They know that they can't move off because this female will not be able to follow them for some time. Bumps, there he goes. Caught on safariLIVE. Isn't that just the most incredible thing? That is, I think, the most incredible thing I've ever seen. Waiting to get it to stand up. Everyone's sitting on the edge of their seat. We've got leopards and hyenas on the other end of the phone, and yet we want to watch a baby buffalo, don't we? Yes, we do.
Now, what we've done here, welcome back live by the way, is take off the infrared light, and we've put some white light on this gorgeous spider, and it's just become even more beautiful. Look at that. A lovely lime green abdomen. It's definitely some kind of bark spider, I think. And now she's sort of completed her web. The last little bits she sort of rushed, and they're not quite as neat. as the rest. But look, the rest of it's been filled in while you've been away, pretty much. And so in the space of about 2.5 or 3 minutes, she's managed to weave. Look, she's caught. We've just had a live kill. Can you believe it? Now she's going to wrap it up. Oh, that is magnificent. Look at that. It's probably a little fly. Hopefully one of the ones that was biting me earlier. Oh, that's spectacular. Deborah, you're wondering why the abdomen is glowing. Well, it's just because it's bright green. That's why, and it's obviously just a very reflective colour. It's almost fluorescent. Can you believe it, everybody? Not often you see a live kill. And the spider has delivered the goods. So what she's doing here, she's wrapping it up, immobilizing it in silk. She'll have bitten it, injected her venom into it. The venom will contain some kind of digestive enzyme. I think something else has flown into it now. That's why it jumped like that. Oh, let's have a look. And the digestive enzymes will start the process of digestion before she actually even swallows anything. So then she'll leave it there to stew in her juices for a while and then go back and suck the shell clear of all of the nutritious and liquidized innards of the fly. Possibly some of my sweat in that too. All right, everybody, that's going to be it for Safari Live this week. We have our final episode next week, so please do join us, same time, same place, on SABC3. It's been a tremendous pleasure having you with us as always. Your questions and comments, and thankfully no insults, are the most important part of what we do. See you next week. Bye-bye.